5 The Wonder Bowl. Pleased with Yudhishthira's prayers, Lord Surya gave him the Akshaya Patra. It would give unlimited food till Draupadi finished her meal. The Pandavas used this during their exile. It so happened that Durvasa and his disciples arrived at Yudhishthira's dwelling. Durvasa asked Yudhishthira to arrange food for him and his disciples. There was no food left to serve them, since Draupadi had already finished hers. The Pandavas became anxious. The sage and his disciples who were bathing in the river would return for food soon. Draupadi prayed to Lord Krishna for help. Krishna appeared and asked Draupadi to bring the Akshaya Patra. On looking closely at the bowl, Krishna found a single grain of rice and he ate it. He was satisfied with the meal. His satisfaction in turn made Durvasa and all his disciples feel so fully fed that they never came to Yudhishthira's house. The Wonder Bowl. The old couple, Fileman and Bosches, lived in a hut on a mound. They worked hard in their farm and were only able to get as much food as they needed. Yet they were so kind that they would never let any stranger who came to their doors go without food. They welcomed the guest with joy and shared their own meal with him. One evening they finished their supper and sat at the door. Suddenly they heard the barking of dogs and shouting of boys in the village. Soon the noise grew louder. Fileman saw two strangers at whom the village boys hooted and the dogs barked. Fileman said to his wife, "Look at these boys, they ill-treat the poor strangers. I shall go and bring them. You go and see if there is any food to give them." Fileman went down to meet the ragged newcomers. He drove back the dogs and said, "Welcome, strangers." He took them into his poor cottage and made them sit at the table. They looked very tired. Bosches placed a small bowl of milk on the table and said, "This is all that I have for you, sirs. How I wish you had come a little earlier. We would have shared our supper with you." "Don't worry, good lady," said one of the guests. "All will be well. Your kindness makes this drink a feast to us. We are pleased with your hospitality." Bosches poured the milk from the bowl into 2 cups and placed them before the guests. They drank the milk and later one of them asked for some more. Bosches, in confusion state, said, "Sorry, my dear guests, there is hardly a drop left in this bowl." "Why?" cried the guest, taking the bowl. "There is milk in this bowl, as much as we want." So saying, he filled not only his cup but also his friend's. Bosches was astonished. As the guests filled their cups again from the bowl, she could hardly believe her eyes. "They are not ordinary men," whispered Bosches to her husband. "Yes," he replied, "they must be an angels from heaven, come to bless us." Good mother Good mother, said the guest, "we thank you for your kindness. May your bowl be full of milk always." Then they went to bed. Fileman and Bosches could hardly sleep because of the wonder that the strangers had worked with the bowl. The guests arose early next morning and got ready to go. Fileman and Bosches walked out with them for a short distance. "Good, Fileman and Bosches," said one of the guests. "We are God's messengers. We are much pleased with your kindness. Ask for anything you like. You shall have it." The old couple looked at each other. After a moment, Fileman said, "Good angels, we wish to die together. Be it so, replied the angels. There is your home. Live in it as long as you desire and come to heaven together. Old filemen and bosses were astonished to see their poor cottage turned into a grand mansion. When they turned round to thank the angels, they saw nobody there. They humbly prayed to God and lived in their mansion, doing good to everyone.